Mr. President, the presidency, APC, all opposition are not sleeping as we speak. Do you know why? His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi has dropped another bombshell. Oh yes. And this time around, he talks about a one-term agenda. And he has been talking about it for a very long period of time now. But you know what? Let's take a listen to what the governor of Anambra State have to say about the one-term agenda of Mr. Peter Obi.
To people and say, I will do only one term. Anybody, any politician who said that must be sent to a psychiatric home. Because the person must have some mental problem. When the Constitution allows you to stay up to 8 years, they come and tell us, I'm going to spend one term. Tell us where it has ever happened, who. Because you are taking everybody else to be fooling, to be a fool. Anambra, we have advanced. There are calibers and categories of people that Anambra has since gone much higher. We're not going to go back.
You know, before I even allow you to watch, to listen to what Peter Obi said regarding this statement by the current governor of Anambra State, let's look at some key factors here. The current situation in Nigeria demand a leader who has a vision and want to liberate the people out of this kind of corruption that the country has found itself within the past 10 or better still 25 good years since the return of democracy. And if Peter Obi is talking about doing a one term and some people are not comfortable with it, then it means that you actually need 8 years of corruption not to develop. Mr. Peter Obi should be looking at, or will be looking at, the NNPC, terrorism, blocking all the wastages, then try to recover the debts. I mean, Nigeria out of debts that we have found ourselves within the past 12 years. Yes, because by 2027, Nigeria will be 12 years in APC cankerworms. Now, he will be liberating our educational sector, healthcare, and also, when you look at the number of people that have gone into poverty within the last 4 years, over 104 million Nigerians went into... Okay, let's go further. Rehabilitation of all infrastructure in the country. You see, when you look at our infrastructural sector, you will see that our road network is poor. Everything is just bad. If you look at our healthcare, look at Peter Obi as a private citizen donating over ₦1 billion within the last 2 years into our health and educational sector across the country. So imagine him the president. And he has been talking about investing in education and healthcare. That can be done in 4 years. The war against terrorism, for those of us that have been following me for a while now on this platform, should know better. I've always been saying this. If we want to end terrorism in Nigeria, see, 24 hours is too small. Or it's too big, sorry. 24 hours is too big. Because in less than 6 hours, do you know the kind of army we have? They will take these people down in less than 24 hours. They know their hideouts. They know how to do these things. But when you look at the NNPC, where every governor, I mean every president, everybody is putting their eyes, dismantle the criminality in that sector. Just imagine, Tinubu removed fuel subsidy, and after how many years? Just 2 years. He has borrowed more money than the money that Buhari borrowed in 8 years of his administration. Did he remove fuel subsidy? Hell no. So he removed fuel subsidy to invest in infrastructure. But where are the infrastructure? Nowhere to be found. The Murtala Mohammed Airport terminal in Lagos that they are renovating. Do you know how much has gone into that airport within the last 4 years. Yet, imagine spending over 700 billion to renovate. How much is the budget of aviation? 72. How much? 72 million. A big billion. And here we are talking about renovation of just. So when Peter Obi is talking, and you see some sycophants that call themselves governors trying to reply him, you are a professor, do a better deal to somebody who is a trader. Hell no. But Peter Obi have this to say. One of the greatest American president, Abraham Lincoln, served only 4 years, yet his legacy endures as a model of principled leadership. Another iconic figure, J.F. Kennedy, did not even complete a full term, yet his vision and ideas continue to inspire generations. In Africa, Nelson Mandela reviewed globally as a symbol of justice and reconciliation, chose to serve only one term as president of South Africa. Despite immense public pressure to stay longer, his decision was a deliberate act of leadership, a statement that power must serve the people and not the self. Indeed, history shows that the longer many African leaders remain in power, the more likely they are to be corrupted by it. Longevity in office is not a mark of success. Rather, it is a purposeful, accountable service, however brief, that defines true statesmanship. How do you see that? You see, what he wrote is very long. You can check it out on his Twitter handle. If you're not following him, go follow him. So, but he went ahead to say that it is within this context that I reiterate my vow. I will serve only one term of 4 years if elected president, and that vow is sacrosanct. I am fully aware that the decay in our society has made trust one of the difficult commodity. Many Nigerians, understandable rather, no longer take politicians as at their words. But even in this climate of circumstances, there are still a few whose actions have matched their words, whose integrity is built on verifiable precedents. Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra State for 8 years. That is now the music that the current administration are singing. Instead of them looking at how they can deliver their promises within the next 2 years and convince Nigeria beyond reasonable doubts to vote them come 2027, they are busy trying to demarcate him that said that all you have promised all you've promised to offer Nigeria in 8 years, I will offer it in 4 years. Try me and see. And according to Peter Obi, he said, I am going to invest in education, I'm going to invest in healthcare, I'm going to open up rural areas when I become the governor of the state. Did he do that? Yes. How many years did it take him? He was in office for 8 years. Okay, fine. Peter Obi being in office for 8 years, let's ask ourselves this question. You look at the legal battles that he, have to find himself within that period. So was there any form of concentration? That's not an excuse. But the reason why Peter Obi is vowed to go only for one term is because of the long-standing gentleman agreement between the North and the South. But remember, I've always been saying that we don't have to continue in this level of rotation from North to South. We just have to do a Northeast, a Southeast, a Northwest, a Southwest, South-South, North Central, and what have you. Since we don't want to have sense, if we must do zoning, we should do it in that way. That is the only way that every corner of the country can feel that presence of being the number one president, being at the number one office, or feel that entitlement, or how will I even put it? But when you look at all of this, does this bring leadership? Does this bring, good governance? It's another question that we need to ask ourselves. But the honest truth is this: we still have good people around the country who can actually deliver dividends of democracy and bring the country out of these current quagmire. But then the assertion by the presidency, the speaker, the spokesperson of the president, and everyone around the APC-led government showcase that these people don't know what governance is all about. It is very easy. Find the corruption. See, before you even go into office, you should know what it entails. You see, Tinubu spent how many years? 30 years putting people as governors, speakers everywhere, and he came into power without preparing to govern. That's the problem. That's why he's finding it very difficult to lead this country. But you see, I am not trying to say that Peter Obi is over-prepared, right? But from every indication, you can see that the young man is more prepared than ever, and more prepared than any candidate you can find right now on the surface of Earth. Some are even the All Progressive Congress are pushing the narrative that if Peter Obi go as VP to Atiku, then it's a game over because they cannot win. This is because they understand the fact that the power resides in the south as it stands. So an Atiku government, likely most Christians will not vote. They would rather just vote a party. Let's just leave it. But if Atiku step aside, like I've always been saying, and said, okay, Obi, go in, I support you. Since you want to do one term, no while I go. I will sacrifice my presidential ambition. By 2031, I will not be fit to run for the president. However, I want a better Nigeria. We all want a better Nigeria. Go ahead. APC is in soup. They know that before 11 a.m., they have lost that election. Reason why you see them pushing all this narrative. So Peter Obi 4 years agenda is 1, education, healthcare, dismantle all the criminals in NNPC, state of emergency in our security sector, improve the budget of the security, flush out all the bandits in our security sector. When I mean bandits in security sector, I mean those police, soldiers, navy, forces, all of them that are pretending to be police and soldiers, but they are actually the bandits disturbing this country. Flush them out, all of them. Those that need to go to jail, sanitize the EFCC, whereby people like Tinubu can put their head in the EFCC court in Kuje or wherever. People like the former governor of Kogi State, what's that his name again? Yahaya Bello, that stole $700 billion in dollars, not naira. $700 billion, but he's working freely in Abuja metropolis. People like him should be resting their head in Kirikiri for the rest of their life. People like what's that his name again? Anyway, him was in UK, Ibori and Co. All these people should be jailed, right? Jail all of them. So when you sanitize the system and everything, then you will see a different candidate from the northern extraction coming in to now work in a free and sweet economy. Because by that time, our debts, I saw this analogy on X where some people are saying that how is it going to be able to govern when the country is in debt? Who put the country in debt? Is it not the APC? When the country, your first budget is not your budget, all manner. The truth of the matter is this. Look at it carefully again. When Peter Obi comes in, the whole world knows who won the election in 2023. The integrity of a man draw what? What draw? When you drop a honey on the table, anywhere you see it, ants 1 mile away from that will perceive it and draw close to that place. When Donald Trump was declared the winner of 2024 presidential election in the United States, what happened? Somebody flew in and instead of investing, is it $200 million US, he decided to double the money. Did you see? Because he find a competent man, somebody that can entrust his resources. Companies are leaving Nigeria. No company is coming in. No foreign direct investment. How many have the president been able to attract into the country with all his 99.9 million foreign trips? So tell me. But when you see people like Peter Obi as a private citizen who, look at your president now, he was in Breeze, he was in here. But look at how isolated he was in those international meetings. Not person like Peter Obi, who is a trader that know how to market the country. So when he gets there, he knows what to do. He knows he has the international connect. Yes, right now I am campaigning for Peter Obi, and this is what I will do till after the election. If they decide to rig the election in favor of Tinubu or whoever, or if Peter Obi refuse to contest for 2027 election, and we have a different candidate, Alota continue, Victoria Alanta. I don't hear about. Nice one. So now let's have this conversation at the comment section. Peter Obi vow to contest for only just 4 years. Wrong or right? To me, I've explained within the last 15 minutes, and I believe that my explanation is without doubt the best you can ever see anywhere on the internet. And this should convince you enough to believe that Peter Obi is a rightful candidate and is the only person that can drive this country out of the mess Tinubu and Buhari has put this country into within the last 10 years. Thank you for watching.